Yeah, I am the tax man here on AM560 the Answer.
The Answer.
Here on AM560 the Answer. I just said that.
Are you okay?
Deborah Schreiner, our technical producer. Jim Leahy, my co-host. And you, the listener.
And now, here's that man with a head just crammed full of knowledge, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Know-It-All. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Know-It-All.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Know-It-All.
I think you're making fun of me. No, I don't like that.
No, I just had a brain lapse.
As I did. And what I wanted to talk about is, I want to talk about the Opportunity Zone.
Do you want to invest in a struggling neighborhood? Hood? It's a good idea. You can do a lot of good. Highway to the Opportunity Zone. You're on the highway to the Opportunity Zone.
How she hits those high notes, I'll never know. But I want to talk about the Opportunity Zone because it's another example of government gone crazy, in my
Gone
opinion.
rogue? You okay over
I had
there?
a cough a little
I couldn't save you there.
And the opportunity,
you were so into it.
An Opportunity Zone was designated by the creation of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017.
2017?
Yeah, 2017. And that allowing for certain investments in lower income areas to have tax advantages. The purpose of the program was to put capital to work that would otherwise be locked up due to asset, because what happens is it's about capital gains. And people sometimes won't take the capital gains because then they're going to get taxed on it. So this was a way for you to sell assets that had have a gain on them, and instead of paying a tax on the gain, take that money and invest it into certain other projects that are located in this Opportunity Zone. And these were designated areas throughout the nation, most of them in low income areas, but some of them were not in low. And this is where the problem comes in. Okay, again, government gets involved. It's a great idea. Senator Tim Scott is the one that proposed this. And like most great ideas with the government, this one's kind of run afoul. It hasn't gone the way it's supposed to go, because and you can avoid taxes on all of your capital gains, or you can delay them for many years. It was a great concept. I mean, and I attended some conferences about this. I've done a lot of research about it. I was helping clients with the Opportunity Zone, but again, we've kind of run into a roadblock. And one of the main reasons why this has not taken it, it's the IRS. Right. So because the IRS now is coming up with, they're trying to put rules and regulations and define all this stuff. And the more that the IRS gets involved, the more complicated it becomes, the more likely it is that you're not going to realize these protections from your taxes, the more unlikely it is that anybody's going to do it. OK, because they're making the requirements so hard that it's very likely, because now you have to hold those assets for 10 years. And the reporting aspects of this, if you fail for any of those 10 years, right, you're going to lose the tax advantage. And what's the point now? Now you just invested in a bad neighborhood, in a bad place, and you're not going to get the tax advantages because you didn't follow all these complicated rules, because we didn't know those were going to be the rules.
Stand on your one foot and hold the rabbit ears up high, and then use your left hand and stick it out to
and
the
you
left,
didn't use your left
behind.
hand, and so so this doesn't apply to you anymore. But wait a minute, I just invested all this money in this on the basis that I'm going to get a tax rebate or a tax protection, and now you're saying I'm not going to get it. So people are afraid, rightfully so, because the government is very schizophrenic. And
has anybody been caught with their pants down, so to say, with these investment properties?
I don't think yet, because it's we're kind of at the beginning, and what's happening is that people are not putting the money in, and so these are not taking off like everybody thought they were going to do. Because again, it's a huge opportunity, thus the Opportunity Zone. But again, then they come in and they start making areas that really aren't in bad neighborhoods because politicians want the money there. And so rather than funneling the money to to bad neighborhoods or these neighborhoods that need the money. They're funneling it to the neighborhoods that really don't need the money, but their friends and their and investors want to put the money there, and so they want the tax advantage. So they're making the rules. They're changing the rules, and that's why people are not getting involved in it. And again, that's the problem with all government agencies and government programs is that they get so complicated. It's almost impossible to follow.
You're always breaking a rule.
Yeah, well, and they make it that way.
Yeah.
And so they come up with this great idea, and they say, well, let's do this. And then the bureaucrats get involved.
How ridiculous is this? You're always breaking rule, and the way that you got to fight it is by understanding everything. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you always look. And that's
now, as an attorney, I kind of like that because it means you need an attorney involved in this. You can't do this yourself. You can't know all the rules
that are making these laws.
Yeah, well, that's true. And you got to follow the rules, and then you got to come up with procedures that keep following the rules for 10 years. Because, again, this is a 10-year, you don't get all the programs for 10 years. So, anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about opportunity zones, and I did.
Hopefully that answers your question.
I hope that answers your question.
You, Mr. Know-It-All.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. Opem Tax Resolution, 312-664-6649, and visit ChicagoTaxTeam.com. It's going to be your hub up by DIRS. All right, we're wrapping up this Sunday evening, so you got to come on back because we're going to just do this and finish it up the only way we know how to, and that is to give you top-notch entertainment here on AM560.
The Answer.